6 years after Jeffrey Epstein's death, the U.S. Department of Justice has closed its final investigation into his crimes, but not in the way victims or the public expected. In a 23-page report released July 12, 2025, the FBI and DOJ announced they found no client list of Epstein's associates, no evidence of blackmail against powerful figures, and no basis to reopen investigations into uncharged third parties including Prince Andrew. Crucially, they reaffirmed Epstein's 2019 death was suicide. This conclusion didn't just bury lingering conspiracy theories. It buried hopes of institutional accountability. Stay with us as we dissect how America's most infamous sex trafficking case ended with a whisper, not a bang, and while legal experts call this a systemic failure, the report actually said 4 key conclusions. 1. The client list was a myth for years. Politicians and media hinted at a ledger naming presidents, princes, and billionaires. Former Florida Attorney General Pam Bondi told Newsmax in 2023, "I've seen the list. It will shock the world." But the DOJ's forensic audit found no master list, no encrypted ledger, no black book detailing clients. Investigators scoured Epstein's properties, offshore servers, and seized devices. What they found were fragmented flight logs, scattered contact lists, and financial records showing payments to accomplices like Ghislaine Maxwell, but nothing meeting the threshold of criminal evidence against uncharged third parties. As the report states, allegations of a comprehensive client roster remain unsubstantiated too. Suicide reconfirmed with caveats. Epstein's death at the Metropolitan Correctional Center (MCC) in 2019 sparked global suspicion. The DOJ's 18-month review re-examined autopsy photos, guard depositions, and cell block video. Conclusion: Epstein died by suicide via hanging. However, the report details shocking negligence. Guards falsified logs admitting they watched sports highlights instead of rounds. Cameras malfunctioned near his cell, and MCC psychologists ignored his suicidal ideation days prior. While ruling out murder, the DOJ called it a preventable death enabled by systemic apathy. 3. No blackmail scheme but a network of complicity. The FBI reviewed 4.5 terabytes of data, emails, bank transfers, victim testimonies. They found Epstein traded access, not blackmail. His power came from gifting private island trips to academics like Marvin Minsky, funding research for Nobel laureates, and donating to politicians across parties. MIT accepted $850,000 from Epstein after his 2008 conviction. Former President Clinton took 26 flights on the Lolita Express. Yet without proof Epstein coerced these individuals into illegal acts, the DOJ states, moral compromise is not criminal conspiracy. 4. Case closed. The Prince Andrew shield. Most consequentially, the DOJ declared no further investigations are warranted into figures like Prince Andrew despite Virginia Giuffre's civil settlement with him. Why? The report claims evidence against third parties is insufficient for prosecution. Releasing unredacted files would re-traumatize victims. Epstein's death makes proving conspiracy legally impossible. Critically, this shields not just Andrew but dozens of unnamed co-enablers. As attorney Sigrid Macaulay representing Epstein victims told Reuters, "This isn't justice, it's damage control for the elite." How we got here. The road to disappointment, the Bondi effect, manufacturing expectation. Public fury didn't emerge in a vacuum. For 2 years, conservative figures like Pam Bondi and commentator Tucker Carlson teased the list as a weapon against liberal elites. Bondi's 2024 interview claiming thousands of names will be unsealed went viral. This created an expectation the DOJ was obligated to correct, but only after letting speculation boil. Harvard legal scholar Lawrence Tribe notes, the DOJ allowed a political narrative to metastasize, then blamed the public for believing it. The victim dilemma. Privacy vs. transparency. The DOJ justifies sealing files by citing victim protection, a valid concern. Epstein's records contain minors' names, assault details, and witness statements, but survivor Jennifer Iras counters, hiding the truth doesn't protect us. It protects the men who hurt us. The report offers no middle path, no independent oversight, no victim advisory board, no unsealing of non-exploitative evidence, for example, flight logs with redacted passenger names. The fallout, institutional credibility cracks, legal community reacts. A blueprint for impunity. Former federal prosecutor Renato Mariotti calls the report legally sound but morally bankrupt without Epstein alive. Proving conspiracy charges requires whistleblowers or documents, both dismissed here. Law professor Jed Sugarman notes, they've set a precedent. If you die, your powerful friends walk. Even FBI veterans express dismay. One retired agent told The Atlantic, "We had names, we had leads. Closing this is a choice. Congressional fury. Investigations launched within hours. Bipartisan outrage erupted. The House Judiciary Committee subpoenaed A.G. Merrick. Garland, key demands. Release MCC negligence records, explain the FBI's no blackmail methodology, clarify Prince Andrew's immunity. As Representative Jamie Raskin, DMD, stated, Epstein didn't act alone. Burying that truth betrays every survivor. IV, the unanswered questions, watch till end 1. The counterintelligence gap. Epstein had ties to Mossad, Russian oligarchs, and the CIA's former scientific director, the Dodge. Admits it did not assess intelligence implications, a stunning omission. Why ignore whether foreign actors exploited his network? 2. The money trail. Epstein moved $600 plus million through offshore shells. The report vaguely attributes this to hedge fund activities but names no banks or enablers. Financial crime experts call this willful blindness. 3. The Maxwell factor. Ghislaine Maxwell, serving 20 years, possesses unreleased testimony about Epstein's circle. The Dodge blocked her deposition requests, citing ongoing appeals, effectively silencing the one person who could name names. Conclusion: beyond the report, a call for real reform. The Epstein case isn't closed. It's censored. True justice requires 1. Independent counsel, a 9/11-style commission to investigate institutional failures. 2. Survivor-led transparency. Let victims decide which documents to unseal. 3. Legislative action. Pass the Stop Trafficking Enablers Act, criminalizing willful ignorance by institutions. As survivor Sarah Ransom told Congress, Epstein's dead, but his system isn't. Protect us, not predators. Demand your representatives act. This report isn't ending, but accountability is a choice.